Okay, so I'm going to wait a little bit, see if anybody turns up. Hello, if you're watching this later. I'm Nessie. I haven't done a live stream for a really long time. So I am a little bit nervous about this, but, you know, I'll get over it. Always do. It's winter time here in New Zealand, so it's freezing cold today. Everything is white and crispy. It's like 2 degrees, -2. I can't remember now, but it's something like 36 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty crispy outside. I had to be really careful setting up because carrying all my gear out to the studio. Yeah, I was worried about slipping over on the steps. They're pretty icy. Don't mind my giant mug. Oh, I forgot to turn on my lights. Just wait there. You probably can't even see them. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was unflattering, wasn't it? Okay. You probably can't even see them very well. But I strung up across the back. I got all whimsical last night and strung up some fake ivy leaves and wound them around some string lights. So I thought what we'd do today is I've got one more video scheduled in kitchen stuff, and then I'm going to start to segue out into the garden for the gnome home. And so my got heaps of really awesome suggestions of what things to put in the garden, and I'm working out now how to group them together with plants that are similar, so it's easier to make more than one type at a time or per video. But the first one I want to do, I need to do a lot of prep, a lot of cutting ahead of time. So I thought I'd save myself some time by doing that in the live stream while I'm chatting. And apparently I'm losing the ability to speak English. And then when it comes time to filming, I can just get stuck in and get on with it. So, how are you all? I'm just sorry, looking over to the side. Just a few things popping up on my computer screen. Yeah. So the Northern Hemisphere, that's summertime, isn't it, at the moment? So everybody blazing hot, hopefully not too hot. Hopefully it's a nice, comfortable temperature and you're enjoying getting your vitamin D and spending time in your gardens. You may be thinking about getting them ready to put them to sleep for winter because autumn will be here before you know it. As you had another plan originally for this live stream. So I've been watching another channel and it's been very inspiring, and she's a very talented artist. Anyway, she inspired me to do something with this old lamp. So I've had this lamp since I was a child. It's actually been in my bedroom a lot over the decades. So yeah, more than 40 years I had this lamp. But the shade, which used to be like a creamy yellow color, is really grubby, and I just haven't been able to get it clean no matter what I've tried. So, but it's still a nice shape and I do enjoy the base. Yeah, the base looks like it's kind of carved. I think it's just molded resin or something. But it looks quite attractive. Well, I think it does anyway, not everybody would. So I decided, inspired by this other channel called Shy Meadow Studios, I think it's called. And between that and a video I saw about how to make faux rice paper, I thought, well, that could combine this and that, and you know how inspiration starts from the seed of an idea. Hi, I see you turned up. So what I did, originally planned for today's live stream, was I was going to make the faux rice paper, and then I was going to make a cover for the lampshade. And I'm making a cover so I can replace it and change it if I get in a different mood, kind of thing, or want a different vibe for the room. Except I was so excited about the results of the faux rice paper that I got kind of carried away, and I was in the zone, and I completed the cover by accident. So does anybody else do that, accidentally crafting? Is it just me? But anyway, I covered the whole thing with silk maple leaves because I'm going to go for the woodland vibe, and it actually has, because the rice paper is translucent, it has a really beautiful ambient glow. Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm just sitting there talking to myself for the most part. But for the base, it doesn't really go color-wise with the leaf shade. So what I'm going to do at some point is paint this with a wood grain effect, so it looks like carved wood. And I think that'd be pretty good. If I had power out here in the studio, I would light it up and show you. But I mean, I can post photos. I took photos of the whole process as I was going. It's funny, I actually managed to remember to take photos, but I didn't remember to stop to do it with you guys. Never mind, never mind. Anyway, so what I'm going to work on today is I've been experimenting. Oh, a lot closer. And I've made a lettuce and a cauliflower. So these are the two first things that are going to be made for the gnome's kitchen garden. However, because I need to make quite a lot of them, I need to make all the parts. So I thought that's what we'd do today while we're chatting. Excuse me, with my giant cup of coffee. I'm trying to keep warm out here. It's very, very cold here today. And my coffee's going cold already. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to try and turn the camera downwards, and now you're welcome to chat if you want. Hang on a second. Switch into live chat so I can see if anybody says anything. And you can work with me, listen to me ramble, whatever you fancy. All right, let's see if we can do this. Okay. All right, so I have my list here of vegetables and the tools I'm thinking of. You probably want to see it that way, so you might read it. So I've got cauliflower and lettuce, that's going to be together. Carrots and parsnips can go together. Pumpkins and cucumbers can go together. The plants have similarities, so they'll be easy enough to make. Tomatoes and eggplants I might group together too, because there's similarities between the look of those plants, in my head anyway. And beans, that'll be a thing of its own. But then I've also got the wheelbarrow and some tools and different gardening utensils. Get that out of the way. So what I'm doing today is, aside from rambling needlessly, I've got to make a whole pile of these tinfoil balls. They are the structure for the center of these. But yeah, put the spun cotton around, and then we've got to make the leaves. We make two size leaves. We make the smaller ones to go on the inner, and then the bigger ones to wrap around the outer, and we need like 3 of each per cauliflower or lettuce. So I've got these Make up swabs. 2, 3, 6, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6, 8. Just trying to think how many I might need. Because it's always better, I've learned from Gretchen, it's always better to make more than what you think you need. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So it doesn't matter that these are textured on one side and smooth on the other, because it all gets covered with cotton wool anyway. So what I'm doing with them is I cut them into quarters. All right, make the bigger outer leaves. I'm just going to snip the ends off. It doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same, that's actually perfect. And how big do we go? And you want it kind of wobbly. So, yeah, not perfect. Uneven is absolutely fine. Hi, what I'm making is I'm just doing the prep for making spun cotton cauliflower and lettuce. These are to go in the garden because I need a break from the kitchen. I really need a break from the kitchen. I am all kitchened out for now. I've still got ideas of things I can make, but I need a break. I need to get out of the kitchen, man. So today I'm just doing all the prep work for the lettuce and the cauliflowers because they're made basically the same way, and getting it ready for filming an actual video, making them. So right now I'm just cutting up the big outer leaves that will go on them out of makeup pads. Hey, Maggie. Hope it's not too early for you over in Aussie. I hope I'm staying on screen enough. This is a very different setting for me. All right. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people, Kelly, I've seen some amazing things done with clay and polymer clay, and I just don't have the patience for it. Really don't have the patience, especially the fine details. But I'm enjoying spun cotton at the moment. I've made some, in the process of making some little cute dioramas for some children in the family. I don't think their mum will be watching, so it's pretty safe to talk about it. Okay, I'm going to make some of the smaller leaves now. The reason why I make some smaller leaves is because you don't want the bottom of your lettuces and cauliflower to get too bulky. You want them to be able to sit flat. And so it's kind of hard to explain, really. So the smaller leaves on the inside layers create less bulk. Oh, excellent, Maggie. Yeah, I'm just finishing my coffee too. It's going a bit cold though. It's pretty freezing here today. Let me rephrase that. It has gone cold. Yuck. Oh well, nice coffee. So what's the weather like where everybody is? I'm kind of losing track of how many of these I'm doing. Oh, good grief. So you guys would have, oh, yeah, Maggie, I'm ready, so ready for summer. I'm freezing. I am not built for the cold. I'll keep going for as long as I can have feeling in my hands that the cold makes my circulation go a bit haywire. Okay, so that's a few of those. I've got like 4 more to go. Are you in Illinois, Kelly? Ah, excellent. That's about the same place as one of my friends. Just trying to remember the name of her channel. She changed it recently. It used to be Chickenfoot Studio. Kim. Oh, Kelly, I'm so jealous. So jealous. So jealous. Oh, I love the heat. Love the heat. I mean, so much so that my birthday is in our autumn. And so for my 50th this year, because it was a big landmark birthday, a group of friends and some family members and myself, we went to the beautiful tropical paradise of Rarotonga to celebrate. It took me that forever to save up. But, oh, I want to go back. I want to go back. It's so nice and warm. Although in our hotel room, Mr. Nessie had the air conditioning on so cold I had to put a jumper on. I was freezing at night. All 4 seasons, Kelly. Oh, yeah. Awesome. It'll never be boring then, won't it? Oh, Maggie, you too, huh? Oh, no, we got a decent crop of tomatoes. I think it was what was it? Our garlic, for some reason, didn't do too well last year. Well, this year this year Mr. Nessie is planting a lot. He's in charge of the veggie garden. I'm not so green-fingered myself. I am the kiss of death to most plants. Maggie, I don't complain, it's too hot. Where my house is situated, it's inside of a galley, so it's in a bit of a heat sink. And we can hit the 40s sometimes in the summertime, and I love it. Love it, man. I might be sweating buckets, but absolutely soak the heat up. So I'm going to cut some more out of the big ones. And then I think I better stop and check to see how many more I need of each. Oh, my fingers. Yeah, my fingers are starting to freeze. 3 of those, 3 of those. I need 3 large ones and 3 small ones for each veggie. I'm glad I did the practice ones because I learned a lot doing that. And it was originally a cabbage and a cauliflower, but what? Okay, strange. 3 there. No. Okay, I must have had an extra one of those floating around. Okay, all right, put you aside because you're just confusing me. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to do some more big ones. Gosh, there's a bit of a delay between me chatting and the broadcast, so yeah. So if it seems a bit off with my timing chatting to you guys, please forgive. I'm doing the best that I can. As I said in the beginning when I was chatting to myself, that I haven't done a live stream in a really, really, really long time. So this is just kind of getting the vibe back. Actually, while you're here between you, me and the lamppost, little Gretchen and I are in talks of doing a live stream together sometimes. She's just got to get through all this baby stuff that she's busy working on. And actually, we've been talking about doing that for ages. Oh, hi, Heidi. Good to see you. Yeah. I've heard up that end of the country has been a lot of rain lately. Has it affected you much? I really want to drink a coffee, but my coffee's gone cold and I want to drink cold coffee. Ah. I'll tell you a little something about Gretchen. The person you see on the videos is exactly who she is. You know, she is just such a beautiful human. So sweet, so lovely. I have a lot of time for Gretchen. Okay, so that's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My fingers will start to freeze up. Oi, oi, oi. I'm actually kind of bored with my crafter's ADHD is kicking in. So and that's half and half. Okay. Oi. Oh, Maggie, you'd be an angel if you made me a coffee. I mean, I would go inside the house and go get it, but the steps are really slippery and it's kind of scary. Okay, Kelly, it was really awesome to see you. Thank you for coming along. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if my hands hold out, I'll still be here for a bit longer. Okay. Oh. Oh, freezing. Okay, that's the cold coffee finished. I don't know why I drank it, but caffeine helps sometimes. Right, so so you guys have been coming up awesome suggestions for the veggie garden. I have loads to run with, and I really appreciate that. That's so cool. Looks like we're all sort of thinking along the same kind of lines as well, which is perfect. I like bouncing ideas off you guys because, well, I'm making this stuff for you, really. Oh, what's it gonna say? Oh, great. Perimenopause. Any thoughts are fleeting in my head, and off they go again. You wouldn't have, Maggie, you wouldn't have seen my new lamp cover. Right at the very beginning, I was talking about how I had a completely different plan for today's live stream. I was going, inspired by another channel called Shy Meadow Studio. Check her out. She is wickedly talented. I was going to make a new lampshade cover to refreshen lamp that I've had since I was a child. I mean, the lamp itself is in really good condition. You know, it still works perfectly fine, but it just didn't fit the decor anymore, and just kind of needed a revamp, a little zhuzh up, you know. So I'd recently seen this video on how to make faux rice paper out of serviettes, paper serviettes, which of course I didn't have any spare white ones, so I grabbed some tissue paper, you know, the old gift wrap stuff. So I did a bit of an experiment. I didn't have, I couldn't find my Mod Podge because typical, I lose everything when I'm looking for it. Move these guys all up. So what I did was I made the faux rice paper. Hang on, turn the camera up. Hey! Here's the lamp. Okay, I quite like the base of it. I like the shape and the decoration of it. It needs a good clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this up to look like a wood grain. So it looks like turned wood, because I think it's resin or something, I don't know. And I used the faux rice paper to make like a slip cover to go over the shade. And then I glued silk maple leaves to it. Now the rice paper, you can see, it's translucent. You can pretty much see through it a little bit. And the light glows through it beautifully. I'll put a post up with the pictures of the process and that sort of stuff. And if anybody wants to learn how I did it, I can always make a video of making another one, I suppose. But yeah, it looks really cool when it's lit up. And I quite like it. It goes with that sort of woodland vibe that I've been sort of getting into lately. I'm kind of turning my house into a bit of a gnome home, painting ivy on the kitchen island and stringing ivy strings around the bookcase. And I don't know if you can see it through there as well. I've got ivy with the lights hanging up on the shelf there. Can't really see it properly, but hey. Anyway, I'll turn you back down again and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Change the angle a little. Okay. Yeah, so I couldn't find Mod Podge, so I ended up actually just using, what is it? I found my big jug of PVA glue, so I just used that instead. As far as I know, Mod Podge is very similar to PVA, just slightly watered down. Ever so slightly. It's not as thick. So I used the PVA. It did the exact same trick as the lady said in the video that I'd watched. And it made faux rice paper, which opens up a world of opportunities. You could make, if you change the colour of it, you can make almost like a frosted stained glass panel if you wanted to with it, or I don't know. But yeah, you could, the opportunities are and options are endless, really. So I'm going to make some more of these little suckers. Oh, that looks like lips. Oh, nearly done. It's good if they're all slightly different shapes for these leaves, because, you know, 2 leaves are never the same shape, are they? Are they? Well, not on a cabbage and stuff anyway. Yeah, give it a go, Maggie. I mean, experimenting is the best way to find out how things work, so give it a go. Do a little test run, see how it works, and if it doesn't do what you want it to do, then so be it. You know, you haven't done any damage to anything important, but if it does work, it's a lot cheaper. You know, and I just buy my PVA glue in bulk from the stationery store. I have like a big, oh goodness, I think it's like a 3 litre bottle. It's huge. It's about the size of a thing of oil. It's about 4 litres. Oy. Oh, looks like the sun's trying to melt everything out there. Hopefully the steps won't be so slippery when I go outside again. It's a little bit hair-raising, you know, trying to walk up and down steps and you're like taking 1 footstep at a time. You're like checking to see how slippery it is. Oh, nearly finished. Oh, so this is why I'm doing this now, because it's so boring. Then I can just chat to you guys, make it more interesting. Yeah, I was thinking, because since I'm doing the garden for, oh, what time is it for me? 11:15 in the morning. It looks like the ice on the ground's just starting to melt. Yay. Means I'll be able to go out for a walk soon, hopefully. Try and warm up and get my circulation going again. The poor goldfish in the fish pond are frozen in. When we go out in the morning when it's this cold, you have to break up all the ice on the animals' water. Okay, yay! Hallelujah! Okay, and then I end up with 1 extra one. Okay. Okay, 1 spare. Right, so I'm going to dump all this in rubbish. The crafting hoarder in me wants to keep it and use it for something else. Not that I have any immediate plans for it, but yeah. It comes along my chair. It still keeps trying to roll away on me. Right, now everybody needs a little ball like this as the, oh, wait, have I got enough? Ah! I do. I don't? I do. You? I've got too many. Oh, okay. Clearly maths is not my strong suit. Okay, so tinfoil. Here's the noise. Oh, I get that, Maggie. How the fluctuating is annoying. It's like, we either have like permafrost, which I don't mind so much because it means you're not walking on mud all the time, but everything's solid and you just cannot garden at all. Or freezes and then warms up enough that everything's mush. Right, we want the balls all about the same size, roughly. Although it wouldn't kill you to have some bigger and some smaller. Gemini! Hi! Long time no see. Thanks for dropping by. So, now they're roughly right. So I better line them up or I'll make too many or not enough. Because as we've discovered, math is not my strong suit. Like basic counting. When you're making the little balls, you don't have to sort of make them too hard or anything like that. They're just like space fillers. You know, over Easter this year, I saved all the foil wrappers from the marshmallow eggs and the Easter eggs and stuff. So, you know, it was a good excuse to keep eating chocolate, really. But I kept them for crafting purposes, and I've actually used them quite a lot lately for centres of spun cotton creatures that I made. Oh, Heidi, you are organised. Well done. But I can understand what you mean by your mind won't stop. When I had COVID a few weeks back, you know, it's the first time I've really been laid up and not been able to really do anything for, oh, it's a bit small, for 2 weeks. And it was really frustrating. So by the end of it, I came out with so many ideas and so many things. And I just went on this massive binge of making things. And then I had to sort of force myself to stop and finish the stuff I was making for the channel. Yeah, I'm mostly better now. Still have a couple of issues like asthma and added fatigue on top of the chronic fatigue I already live with. But yeah, for the most part, it's all going to be very lucky, thankfully. Thankfully, I was really worried because I've had issues with pneumonia and stuff in the past, and I was always worried it's going to happen again. But it didn't, so I am happy. Mr. Nessie is still in denial that he brought it home from work. But my son and I are both hermits, and so it wasn't us out in the world catching things. Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't cope with the lockdowns and stuff like that. But my family, my kids actually loved it. All right, that's all the boring prep done. Yay! Woohoo! Yeah, so the next step will be when I start filming and I can start putting them together. What you do, quick rundown, what you do is actually no, I need to tape these up. That's not all the boring prep done. Oh, boo! So I'll run down what you're going to see in the video. You're going to see me start off with adding a layer of cotton over these little balls, right, to get them started. So I'll put the tape on so the glue and stuff, or the paste sticks better. So you wrap the centres up first, and then you can add details with the cotton, or you can do the little knobbly bits and the bumpy bits, because, you know, cauliflower has a lot of texture, and there's like a leaf wrapped edge kind of thing going on in there. And then you start with the smaller leaves, and you cover them with cotton, a very thin layer of cotton with a long tail off the bottom. I'll put my tape down because the stuff sticks really hard. And you kind of wrap it around like that. And then the tail just gets pasted on underneath. And then you do another layer kind of deal. And you attach that, and then you do another layer, and then you start on the outside layers. You just keep kind of overlapping them. So for the cauliflower, you can then pinch and curve the edges, or for the lettuce, you crinkle them up and push them in. And that's the basic gist of it anyway. It's pretty simple. And then while they're still wet, it's the best time to paint them up. So now I find them don't even have to be perfect with taping up, because you're covering it up and you do want that texture. So it's absolutely fine. So I know this is super exciting, guys. I know. Now contain yourselves. Oh. So, yeah. Yeah, I am looking forward to getting into doing this little garden setting. I can picture it in my head. My one of my boys brought me a little mini picket fence kind of thing from what we call the $2 shop. It's kind of like the dollar store in the US. It's those cheap Chinese import shops. You can pick things up for just a couple of bucks. And I thought, well, that would make a perfect little fence around a vegetable garden. And I like the idea, Maggie's idea of the green beans, because, you know, you can have a nice stand of beans at the back to add height. You want the height, you want the variation of the size and stuff like that, just to keep the interest in the garden, or it just looks kind of flat and boring. And then we have the ideas for the pumpkins and the cucumbers. You know, and they're quite sprawling plants, and they like to spread out and stretch their tendrils around, so good ground cover. Oh, thanks, Jem. Oh, my fingers! Oh, I don't think I have much longer before I lose the feeling in them. Oh. The circulation is pretty rotten. There we go. So that Frida the chicken, oh my word. She is a naughty girl. She can fly quite well. And so she just lets herself in and out of our chicken coop all the time. The only way we'd be able to keep her in is if we put a cover over the top, which we can't where it is at the moment. All our other hens are well behaved and they like to stay at home. But we finally found out where she's been sleeping at night, because I've been watching for ages, but if she sees you looking, she will suddenly change direction, like, nope, psych. And she takes off again. But where she's been sleeping is in a big old plum tree that's right outside our kitchen window. And knowing she's been there and she's sitting there watching us every time we're in the kitchen, it's a little creepy. She's kind of a stalker. Although, was it last night, she slept on the opposite side in a very old apple tree we have that's on the property. It's very gnarly looking. I don't know how old it is. Oh, yeah, I've had to clip wings on geese before, years ago. There we go. Put this up and finish all that sort of stuff now. Years ago, we used to have geese on a lifestyle property that we had up north. And holy mackerel, yeah, they're a little scary to catch, but yeah, you just have to trim their wing feathers just to stop them flying away because they keep wanting to go over to the farm next door. The farmer wasn't so keen on the idea. Oh no, you got nosy neighbours, Maggie. Yeah, I have a neighbour who's a bit like that too. She likes to stand at the fence listening when you've got people over. You know, one Christmas we had a whole lot of friends over. And the guys were all sitting in the backyard talking, and she's standing at the fence and calling the police, trying to inform them about the conversations, acting like we were talking about it, and we weren't at all. Another time, some of the neighbours in the neighbourhood were having a conversation in the middle of the road because our road's very, very quiet. And they were talking about gardening, and she complained to the police everyone was plotting against her. It's like, oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. I did enjoy the geese, Maggie. I mean, apart from being attacked by them, I was the only person who was actually attacked. And I thought I was safe. I thought I'd made it through their panic. And he chased after me really quickly and latched onto the back of my leg and was like beating me with his wings. And so I was like black and blue all up and down the back of my legs. Oh, Bruce the goose. Hang on a second. But I would like to get geese again, but this time get a variety called, sorry, so cold I'm getting condensation now. A variety of geese called Sebastopols. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, but their feathers are curly, and so they can't fly, which means I don't have to catch them to clip their wings. And I don't have to end up in the neighbouring farm's ditch trying to get them out again. Which was full of eels, and that was kind of scary. Anyway, I'm at my little craft studio. It was when we first moved here. It was initially going to be my. I had it built, but to be my massage client because for my life I was a massage therapist. But it ended up being just a little bit too small once we got the arm lining on the inside done. Just a little bit too small to work in. So I turned it into my boarding space, my craft studio, art studio. And I do most of my creating out here when it's not too hot or too cold. But Goldilocks sort of situation, really. But it's one way to keep most of my crafting stuff in one spot. The other thing that's missing is what? Electricity, heat, hot coffee. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go now. Thank you very, very much for coming. I appreciate this so much. And now all my live stream nerves are gone. Oh, and I can see Frida now making herself at home across the yard. I don't know if I can change my camera to show. I wonder if I can change my camera. Hang on. Before we go anywhere. Okay. Ooh. Can you see her? Frida. She's just down there. There we go. Cheeky girl. Obviously, she doesn't want to be around Snowballs the rooster today. She's had enough of his shiz. All right. All right, guys. That's it from me and Frida, apparently. She's just jumped in my garden. I have to go rescue what's left of my plants. I will catch up with you another time. Thanks so much. Appreciate you all. Love you. Bye.